I am ready to check out this cart. Goodbye money, goodbye savings. Hopefully you will bring me back some money one day. Otherwise, this is just another really expensive hobby. The stories behind my designs, the pillars of my kawaii small pet business. Let's wrap up the first designs that I made for Pawzokoo today. None of them were chosen randomly. All of them mean a lot to me. These are going to be the prints for the fabric and the products of all kind that are going to become the heart, the founding pillars for my product collection, for pet accessories that I'm going to handcraft and potentially manufacture too. But before that happens, I wanted to slow down and talk to you about the why behind each design. Before I take you along into story time, hello, hi. My name is Ivy. I'm an artist in my own right and an aspiring small micro business owner. I love all things altruistic, artistic, and animal related. On my journey to turn my creativity into something that helps support animals in need, I aim to create a little cozy crafty corner here on YouTube. But Ivy, there are so many little cozy crafty corners here on YouTube already. Well, here's another one. So grab a little cup of comfort and let me take you along. Each of my designs are more than just kawaii aesthetics. Each of these designs carry a little piece of me. They're inspired by things that have fueled me, comfort me, and shaped me into the person that I am today. So instead of simply showing you each pattern, I thought that I'd tell you the story behind each of them. Heads up, this might be a long yappy video, so buckle up. First up, my matcha design. You can't mention Asian culture without mentioning matcha these days. Matcha was already experiencing this rise in popularity even before the pandemic. And we're talking like 2015 here. There was an increase in wellness and health-conscious lifestyles. I remember working as a barista at Starbucks back in the days, and as diabetically sweet and radioactively green that thing was, it was for many their first introduction to matcha. During the COVID lockdown, the rise in content creators and influencers of all sorts contributed to matcha's exponential push into popularity. I remember there was a time where there was a matcha shortage because everybody and their brothers, mothers, and besties were whisking up matcha at home. This past summer, I found that people were getting really creative with their matcha, adding all these additives like ube, coconut cream, strawberry syrup, banana, cloud salted. Anyways, as somebody who gets heart palpitations from drinking coffee, it's always been my preferred alternative sweet treat, a little kick. It's also known for its many health benefits if you don't add as much sugar as I do. To be fair, I use maple syrup. Being high in antioxidants are among the top mentions of health benefits of matcha. Anyways, this video is not sponsored by matcha, so enough yapping about it. But bless the Japanese for the modern matcha. I say the modern matcha because actually matcha apparently originated in China. The roots of matcha can be retraced to China. All that said, I can't have an Asian-inspired accessory line that doesn't include my personal fuel, matcha. This is actually the pattern that went through the most amount of revision before I landed on something that felt right. But I think that's what makes it even more special. I know at the beginning I said that I was considering manufacturing products, but I actually already started that because it's a long process. I have been working on getting this like 5-in-1 leash manufactured. I will explain it in a future video. Sorry if it looks really dirty. I'm also product testing at the same time. This was the first iteration. It's, I want to say really cute, but I think it's too flamboyant for most people. So I opted actually... Oh, I forgot to show this little poop bag too. It's really cute. Ooh. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that it was too flamboyant for most people. So at the same time, I actually also tested out this darker product. It's a slightly different design. Instead of featuring little faces, I actually decided to put like my logo instead on the tiny matcha products that you see. I found the screen a little bit too dark, so I think the final product will lean towards this green because it's, I don't want to say a safer color, but you know, it's a nice deep foresty green, you know, like everything I own in my room apparently. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, oh my god, I'm just looking at my poop bag here, and I noticed that my model is green, my curtains are green. Green isn't even my favorite color. What's happening? Is this signs of being a millennial? I also got this sample. It's like a body harness for dogs. Dio finally fits in this size, and he is so freaking adorable. He's actually getting too big for this. I'm already at the max. Seeing this pattern on this was actually what convinced me to go for this green instead of this fluorescent green. I hope that you guys will eventually like it too. I actually won't be manufacturing body harnesses anytime soon. Maybe one day I will consider body harnesses. I don't love this harness design too, the buckle and mechanics of it. Not my own design. I love my own design, but I'm sure I can retweak this design. I just don't have the time to think about how I want the science behind this design to be and to communicate back and forth with the manufacturer. So right now I'm just focusing on a really cool leash design and a very comfortable padded collar design for you guys. I swear I'm just so in love with this green. The final product will be a little bit lighter than this, much darker than this. Hopefully it's cute, and hopefully everybody will like it as much as I do. All right, no more matcha blabbing. Let's talk about our next design. Our next pattern was supposed to be just red clouds, but you can see how this kind of looks an awful lot like Akatsuki clouds for the weebs in chat. So we decided to rework this one a lot. I know I might not look like it, or maybe these dark circles clawing their way out of under my concealer is giving it away, but I am old age. Oh, Dio, hi.
Say hi, Vito. Vito, oh, big Vito. Oh, you are so big, Jesus. Okay. You just finished eating?
I grew up watching Naruto on television after school. I can't say that I remember much of it. Much of it from those days, but Naruto is definitely part of the first animes that I was introduced to. Those were very fond memories. Years later, I actually took it upon myself to scour the internet and sit down and binge the whole Naruto. I remember some parts were actually really scary, no? Like for kids. Before you ask, no, I did not watch Shippuden, and we do not speak of Boruto here. Also, no, I did not have a crush on Sasuke. It is not what this pattern is based on. I was a Kakashi stan. As much as I like these Asian clouds, as much as I tried to make it into my own drawing style, my own strokes, no matter how much I loved the first batch of samples that I ordered and how they turned out, I had this looming feeling over me that something did not feel right to have this in my catalog. I spent a lot of time researching what was allowed and what wasn't allowed, copyright infringements and laws, and I kept teetering on the edge of do I not keep this? Is it legal to use this design? Like, I've seen people do this. You know, I've seen people do their own fan arts, and like, what's the difference between this and fan art? But just because others do it doesn't mean it's necessarily right. And honestly, even after all the research that I've done, I actually still don't know what is acceptable and what is not. Ultimately, my friends and the better side of me decided that I didn't need this. I was better than this. I'm not here to do bootleg merch. I'm here to do Pawzokoo originals. My goal is to create something that feels and that is original and that is unique and that feels mine and feels right. So I went back to the drawing board. Once again though, I did find myself thinking of Naruto, but Naruto the food. You know, the white and pink slices of cured fish? Yes, I do think about food a lot. And then those Narutos actually brought me back to thinking about Naruto, the anime, and how he used to eat a lot of ramen in the anime. That's when it clicked. I could make this pattern about food. About ramen and shrimp skewers and dumplings and onigiris and the joy that sharing and eating food brings, while still giving a little wink to Naruto without copying anything necessarily and risking any copyright infringements. Besides, I love food, and after my own trip to Japan, I can say that, hot take, sushi was kind of overrated, but ramen was where I was at. Maybe I was biased because it was really cold. I went in January. You know, it just warmed me up. I still do love my sushi though. Anyways, here are the products that I printed out and got samples of. It was with the old Akatsuki pattern. I can just call it that. I'm not doing this anymore anyways. But look, it's so nice. It's so nice. I actually also ordered a leash. It was the first one that I reached for to use because, again, I love this pattern so much and I was like, I want to use this instantly. But I lost it. I lost it. I dropped it, putting him into the car, and then later when I came back to my parking lot to look for it, it wasn't there anymore. So somebody took it. There's no way that a leash just vanishes. There's some animal loving weeb out there that has my leash. My one-of-a-kind, okay, maybe, I don't know.
Probably one-of-a-kind leash. And I'm sad. So if y'all see it out there, know that it came from Pawzokoo and give it back to me. Actually, I don't know. Whoever you are out there, enjoy the leash. I hope you know how to use it because it's not just a leash. It can do really cool stuff. My precious.
Anyways, I still have this giant collar, but I don't think Dio's ever gonna fit in this. So all the samples, I ordered them in different sizes because I wanted to see the different sizes too. I think on the smallest setting, I could probably fit Dio in this. Absolutely. I'm gonna miss that leash a lot, but it's okay. I'm gonna have new products. But yeah, look at this. This is super cute. It gives me an idea of the color palette that I'm going to get because the new pattern is essentially in the same color palette. Padded colors, thick buckle, a lot of room for expansion in different sizes. Very cute pattern. I just noticed though that there's a slight color discrepancy between the poop bag and collar, but it's not that bad. I think it's just hard to have like the same print on different type of fabrics. I want to say I prefer the color that comes out on the poop bags. Same thing for this pattern and my final pattern, but it's not that much of a big deal. I still really like the color that is on the collar. The color that is on the collar. The color that is on the collar. The collar. La, 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 la. Again, I lost it because I had the time to get my samples early and test them out myself, and I had the chance to realize that it needed a little tweak, and I just asked my manufacturer essentially to do the modification for me, and they agreed to do it without any additional cost, so amen and bless them. Anyways, here's the pattern. Isn't it cute? Come on, you can't tell me that this thing doesn't make you hungry. You can see that I put the Asian clouds a little bit more in the background, so it's still present in the design. I didn't want to scrap it completely. I still really like the clouds. The color palette is still there. All the new food items are still there. And just like that, my Japanese food-inspired pattern was born, and I think I love it even more than the original. It's fun, it's playful, it makes me smile every time I look at it. It might also make me a little bit hungry, but that's okay. It'll encourage and remind me to eat. Having learnt my lesson that I do not want to copy from any specific animes, I thought I could make a cute magical girl pattern. Besides, the Pawzokoo brand is supposed to be kawaii and Asian inspired after all. I say kawaii, but so far everything seems to be food and anime inspired. Growing up, I didn't have much of what people considered kawaii. I wasn't that kid with Hello Kitty stationery or cinnamon roll plushies. Honestly, I didn't even know those existed to even want them. Hear other kids talk about Hello Kitty and Puka and that bear looking thing with the sharp teeth, Domo? And I was like, it's all so stinking cute, but what is this even? I lived under a rock. Anyways, after discovering all these cute stuff in kawaii culture, it's not like I could afford it anyways, and my parents could definitely not spare any expenses towards these frivolity. Now, despite watching a lot of shonens growing up, I also indulge in my fair share of magical girl animes, notably Sailor Moon and Sakura card chapters. I love the fashion, the femininity, the strength, the sparkles. But now that I think of it, there weren't that many maho shoujos on TV, or at all. Or maybe I just hung out a little bit too much with my little brother and just watched whatever he watched. Fast forward to now. I am deep in my live the life that I didn't have in my youth era. I'm trying to embrace my femininity a little bit more, trying to surround myself more with cutesy things and dress in more colors than just black and white. I'm having fun customizing my world. And speaking of customization, I think that if people really spent as much time customizing their IRL avatar as much as they did their in-game avatars, this world might just be a little bit more colorful and a little bit more cool. And maybe everybody would just love life a little bit more. I'm not not saying go like blow thousands of dollars on designer clothing or whatnot, copy the latest trend, blah blah. I'm saying go out there and thrift, go out there and make your own stuff, go out there and unleash your most authentic self. Let yourself have fun, experiment with colors, textures, details. Heck, bring back male corsets and chainmail for everybody. Anything that can make you happy, even if that's just little plastic clips in your hair. So this pattern is like a little love letter to my inner feminine child that never really got to be, and to anyone who might just want to be a little more kawaii, to feel magical and to let your pets feel magical with you. And that's how my magical girl pattern was born. Fun, cute, and a little reminder that life can be more magical if you just let it be. I say magical girl, but it's not just for girls, okay? We do not abide by that strict binary construct here. It's for anybody. I do not have a sample to represent how this purple pattern looks like in person. I am taking a leap of faith and just straight up ordering the product for this one. You must know this was the third pattern that I originally ordered. It's another pattern that my fellow weaves in chat can probably recognize really easily. To others, this might just look like another Asian pattern. I really love the pattern, don't get me wrong. I might just order this in the future anyways as a batch, but for my first trio of design that I want to be the pillar, the founding pillars of Pawzokoo, I did not want a simple pattern that you can get anywhere else. This pattern actually took me so long to draw. It wasn't that simple. The amount of time I had to redo these lines symmetrically, isometrically, drawing every single line. I'm sure there's like an easy way to draw this, but the way that I did was not easy at all. Woo! Anyways, lovely pattern. But we went with the purple one in the end. For those who haven't caught a clue yet, Demon Hunter. Okay. I guess I could show you guys some mock-ups instead of the pattern on the product. These are the mock-ups that we are working on with my supplier. The final product will come with my logos. Samples don't have them because it costs extra to make that, and they just want to be sure that you actually want to do it. So cute! Magical. I'm really excited to receive these patterns. I love me a nice purple, lavender, violet palette. It's just... Pattern also makes me so happy. We've been tweaking it for a while, this one too. I have spent months drawing, tweaking, retweaking, redesigning, redrawing, second guessing, and just straight up staring at these designs until they felt just perfect. I think we started designing them back last March on Twitch, and now you finally saw the versions that I am sending in to get produced. But also, I need to order some fabric so I can start making stuff with them. Seeing all my products here, even though they're just samples, it just makes me so happy. They're just so cute and they make me so happy, and I'm just hoping that they will make other people just as happy as they make me. So now that the designs are finally done, Matcha, Ramen, Magical Girl, I am going to do the exciting part of ordering some fabrics. Once I have these fabrics, I can actually start making stuff with them. I can actually start turning them into real products for your little furballs. And maybe even you. I could well do products for humans too, but pets first, obviously. Would you guys even want to match your pets? I'll be ordering them from a local fabric shop, and when I receive them, I'll probably make an unboxing video. I might have mentioned this already, but I was thinking of ordering another batch of samples for my leashes and collars and all these manufactured products, but I was convinced not to. I know I once told y'all to always order samples, but I think under these circumstances, I'm just gonna bite the bullet, as I used to say in my first video. Anyways, I put a 30% deposit to make sure that all my products will be delivered before the end of March due to back-to-back incoming holidays. I really didn't want to procrastinate any longer on receiving these, and next year, I really want to be able to table at my first artist alley or craft fair or anywhere. I'll table in somebody's garage if I have to. It feels like everything is coming together, and oddly, it's a little bit scary, despite the extremely slow pace that I've been going at. I mean, we started designing all of these back like end of winter last year. I just need a little bit more delusionality. I have so much respect for the people who are diving straight into their ambitions, whether it be starting a new hobby, starting their own little business, or any new endeavors really. Hats off to you. As we are approaching the New Year's, if you are starting any new projects, any new business of your own, please do let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. My goals and ambitions still aligns with everything that I said in the first video, but I've added a few more products actually to the lineup now that I've actually started crafting some prototypes. If you haven't seen what I plan to make for my small business, you can check out this video here. And if you want to see me start making products for my small business, then you can check out the video over here. And on that, I will say see you next time, maybe.